good afternoon, good evening, good morning, beautiful people, wherever you are in the world. On this beautiful, beautiful planet, we get to go home for such a tiny amount of time. And in that tiny amount of space, we get to choose. We get to choose in that tiny amount of space. Are we going to get locked into thought? Are we going to get locked into mind, into ego? Which all that ever is past conditioning, past programming, and stories that we're telling ourselves. We have a choice in that space to go into thought or to be the witness behind it, to be the awareness. The witnesser and the awareness behind everything, the consciousness, is who we are. We are not the thoughts. We're not the mind. We're not the body. We're not the personhood. We're none of that. All that is a collection of stories from what people have told us, from what our parents have told us, from what our friends have told us, from what your neighbour has told you, from what a bus driver has told you, from what a taxi driver has told you. All that comes from thought, mind, ego. None of it is real. Behind that, in the witnesser, in the awareness, in the consciousness, in that stillness of no mind, is who we all are. We are all that consciousness. We're all that awareness. This body, this mind, is not real. It's just a collection of stories that is just brought up from past conditioning, past programming. None of it ever can be, ever will be, and ever has been real. So it becomes irrelevant what anybody ever says about you. It becomes irrelevant what people's opinions, people's views are of you. It becomes irrelevant if someone is negative around you. Because all that ever can be coming from is thought, which is not real. It's just a collection of stories that someone is making up. There is no anxiety, there is no worry, there is no depression, there is no fear. It's all just a collection of thought. None of it means anything. Behind that thought, the witnesser, the observer, behind who we all are, how can you ever judge? How can you ever be negative? How can you ever have opinions? How can there ever be anxiety, fear, worry? It is not there behind thought. Your suffering will end at the end of thought. So it doesn't matter what anyone says. It doesn't matter what anyone does. If you don't get into your own thoughts, to your own mind, into your own ego, there is no suffering. You cannot suffer. Somebody could come up to me and do whatever they want. If I don't go here, there is no suffering. If I remain as the witness, the observer, the consciousness behind everything, witnessing the unfolding of life, then this body, this mind, there is nothing there. People are living their entire lives through a collection of stories. Every single day. From the moment they wake up to the moment they go to sleep. 7 days a week. Stuck in thought, stuck in mind, stuck in ego. That is suffering. If you're in that place, you're suffering. Because the default mode for the mind is just negative. It'll revert back to negativity continuously. If you're not aware that you're not the thoughts. As soon as you're aware that you're not the thoughts, and it can be your intention in every single moment to let go of thought. It can be your intention to choose happiness, to choose joy, to choose peace, to choose love over disturbance. And disturbance will always be through the mind, through thought, through ego. There is no suffering there without that. I like that. On this page, I like to give you real life examples. And the one that's popping into my mind at the minute is I was in a hospital the other day with problems with my stoma. And I was in contact with another entity, another human. And this human wasn't able to get in contact with me at whatever hospital I was at, because I've put on my notes that I don't want anybody to be able to know what hospital I'm in or any of my what is happening when I'm in hospital. So I put this in, not last time, but the time before when I was in hospital, because I've got a stoma, and I've been having problems with it. But around about that time, when I asked for nobody to know that I was there, I was in a difficult relationship with my ex-partner, and I was in a difficult relationship with my mother as well. So I didn't want anyone to know I was there. So that is still in place, and I'm going to leave it in place. So nobody will ever know when I'm in there, unless something serious happens, unless I die in hospital, and then people would find out then. But this entity, I'm not going to say who it is, this entity couldn't find out where I was. So because of that, this person's gone into thought. A thought has popped in of, he's not at the hospital because the hospital have told me that he's not there. Then that thought has gone down a rabbit hole of thinking. Thought after thought after thought after thought, to the point of messaging me to say that I'm sick in the head. How dare I say there's something wrong with me when there wasn't any when there wasn't anything wrong with me, and I've done something to my son. I've made my son upset, and it's my fault. Something along them lines. All that has come through thought. That initial thought of, I don't believe he's in hospital, which is not true, has gone to thought, to thought, to thought, to thought, to the point of reacting to that rabbit hole of thinking with a message. Nobody knows what happened when I was in hospital. Nobody knows what time I went to hospital. Nobody knows what time I came out of hospital. Nobody knows what happened when I was there. Was I on medication? Was I on a drip? Was anything done to my bowel? Who came and seen me? Nobody knows anything whatsoever. What time did I get out? Nobody knows. So all that is just generated through thought. Even if somebody had seen me up there, or even if somebody had seen me on the way there or on the way back, whatever it might be, that's for split second of that moment of the day. That is just thought. That thought of seeing me, I've seen Sam at such a time, goes into thought, into thought, into thought, into thought, into thought, becomes a story, doesn't it? Both scenarios have become a story. None of it is real. Unless you're sat with me and know the process of the day, then it all becomes irrelevant, doesn't it? It's all just people's stories that people are generating throughout the day because of past programming, past conditioning, what somebody has told them, what they believe to be true because of the past. None of that is real. It can't be real. That just proves that it's not real. It's just stories that somebody's making up because I was in hospital and X, Y, and Z happened. I know what happened, and they're just stories that are being played out in the mind. If you drop out of that initial thought, if you catch yourself early enough in that rabbit hole of thinking, your suffering will end. It's not just your suffering alone. You won't inflict suffering on everybody around you. Through the stories, through your ego, through the mind, through the thoughts. It wouldn't be possible to do that. You just live in peace, in stillness, in love. There'd be no judging. There'd be no opinions. There'd be no messaging mean comments. There'd be no fear. There'd be no worry. There'd be no anxiety. There'd be nothing there. Because all that is generated through thought. Spend 10, 15 minutes a day in silence. Behind the thoughts. Because that is who everybody is. We're not the mind. We're not the body. We're not the thoughts. We're not the ego. We're the awareness behind it, the witnesser behind it all. Hope everyone has a fantastic evening. Namaste.